Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Krishna Direction, Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Space Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivati Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Paramananda Madhavan Shri Jai Yasadeva Prabhakti Yathareva Tathavara Visayadeva Gurave Gaurachandra Radhikaya Tuvale Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Bhaktaya Vishaya Sri Krishna Sri Shastri Yonta Pravisha Macha Mamra Satam Sanjeeva Yapya Shakti Hasudam Yam Chahati Charma Sharma Pradadi Prani Nija Guru Varivanya Krishna Chitta Vichitta Sarapita Mujya Jikaso. Hare Krishna. So we're reading from the book The Modern Mission of Srila Prabhupada. We are in volume 3. We are in the last volume. So at least for the last volume, everybody should come on time. Devotees, they are coming, they are not coming, they are coming whenever they want. Some are not at all attending. Shyam Swarup and Paramatma and the Guru. Okay. Okay. We are in volume 3, part 16, Raganuga Bhakti and Imitation. Chapter 5, Attaining Eligibility for Raganuga Bhakti. In that, we are reading from that section. Specifically warning beginners to not to try to understand the readings of the books of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada again and again stressed the importance of first become purified by following the regulative principles. There is one more problem is that is this. Yeah, the quote is see quote immediately below. That is I don't know. Okay. Maharaj is writing specifically warning beginners to not to try to understand the dealings of gopis with Krishna. What is meant by beginner? Hmm. Can anybody say what is beginner? What is the definition of beginner when it comes to not try to understand the dealings? So many years, 8 years in, I am 10 years in Krishna consciousness, so I can read or what? I am in 20 years in Krishna consciousness. Can I be able to read? I am 30 years in Krishna consciousness, so can I be able to read? What is a beginner? It's a subjective thing. Everybody will think I'm not a beginner. I can read. Many devotees are reading so many books because it's all English. What does it make a matter so much? Mm. Even if warnings are there in those books, still better, I don't know, better we think we are a beginner every time. Specifically warning beginners not to try to understand the dealings of the gopis with Krishna. Srila Prabhupada again and again stressed the importance of us become purified. I am already purified. One may say I am purified. What is the problem? 10 years I am there in Krishna consciousness, so I can read. So Prabhupada is giving the quote. In the beginning, the neophyte devotee should not try to understand the dealings of the gopis with Krishna. They should not try to understand unless one is free from the material concept. Sarvapadi vinirmuktam tattvaratyena. That means we have to execute devotional service and regulative principles. I cannot follow the regulative principles. I am trying to understand Radha Krishna Prema. This is scaled down. Mm. But if you are following regulative principles, so that means that you can understand Radha Krishna Prema or what? They're all big things. Okay, continuing. Only rascals will do that. He did not see his position. What is my position? This is important. What is my position? Um, His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj was asked to speak about the color of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was in Gambhira, when he was enacting his Anti Leela pastimes. Color, 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 color of the color of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is in the mode of separation. And Govind Maharaj wrote a book called Embankment of Separation. And Maharaj was asked, can you speak about the embankment of separation by Govind Maharaj? Maharaj said, at least in this lifetime, I am not qualified to speak like that. Speak about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's the intimate pastimes. Mm. So Prabhupada is saying, what is my position? I am still full of lusty desires. My mind is still disturbed by seeing a nice woman, a nice man, and I am discussing Radha Krishna. This is nonsense. So that means one whose lusty desires have not gone, so better not to read. This is what is the main conclusion here. What is my conclusion? I am still full of lusty desires. My mind is still disturbed by seeing a nice woman, nice man, and I am discussing Radha Krishna. Narottam Das Thakur said, Rupanuga Pade, Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoibe Akuti, Kobe Ame Hoibe, Bujava Sei Jugalapi. Unless you are expert in devotional service by practical expert in devotional service, unless you are expert in devotional service by practical application of the instruction of Bhaktivinoda Samrat Sindhu Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoibe Akuti, then if you are qualified, someday we may be able to understand the Yugala Priti, love between Radha Krishna and Radharani. Not so suddenly. This is Sajya, not so suddenly. We should not try to do it. Actually, our trying to do should not be there. This is the main point. I want to understand Radha Krishna Leela. I want to read them. That should be avoided. We should not try to do that. First of all, I must see how much I became Sarvapadi Vinirmuktam, how much I am free from designational position. Then we shall be able Radha Krishna Pranay Vikriti Ralhadiri Shakti Rasmat. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, Chapter 1, Text 5. The Radha Krishna Pranaya, loving affairs of Radha Krishna, is not an ordinary thing. When you worship Radha Krishna, we are not fit for that. We should think ourselves as an eternal servant of Krishna under the guidance of Ado Guru Ashrayam, Sadharma Pracha. So if we want to do something, we must inquire from Guru, Sadharma Pracha, Sadhu Marganu Gavanam. We must follow. We should not manufacture things that this way I shall be able to satisfy Krishna. No, sadhu marganu gamanam. If I discuss about Radha Krishna Leela in my neophyte stage, Krishna will be pleased. No, you must first of all purify yourself by regulative principles. And when you are completely free from the material conception, then you will be able to understand what is Radha Krishna Leela. So one thing I want to ask, is there any, in India, is there any program or there is something is going on or what? Is there any big festival or what today? Is there any festival today?
No, Prabhuji, thing like that.
It's a
Just I
normal
don't know.
day.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
normal day and summer day.
It is 7:15 in the night.
Seven.
Why people don't? Why people are not coming to the classes? Why? What happened? Only six or five are there. So many devotees, they used to come every day, but they don't come nowadays. I, I'm getting discouraged sometimes. Even if I start another session, how many devotees are going to come? Okay, anyhow, my duty is to read because I have to read. I want to read the book. We should follow in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya and six Goswamis of Vrindavan. They were always serving Krishna in the mode of separation. They never said that now I have seen Krishna or last night I danced with Krishna. No, they are crying, where is Krishna? And they are always searching after him, wondering when they would finally be able to see him. We should also desire intensely to see and be with Krishna. But first thing is to be is to become purified through devotional service. It is not possible otherwise. So keep on helping me to spread this Krishna consciousness movement, following the rules and regulations very carefully, and your life will be perfected, and you will see Krishna. Mm. First, become purified. Array fellows are not able to do book distribution for 5 hours, 6 hours. We are becoming tired like anything. We need so much of rest at night. During the day, after taking prasadam, before taking prasadam, we need rest. And we want to read big, big books, Krishna Leela pastimes, Goswami literature. Continuing, as Srila Prabhupada succinctly assured one disciple, as your devotional service become mature, you will see Krishna more and more you will realize the qualities of holy land of Braja. Shivaram Swami's advice summarizing the whole matter. ISKCON's members should neither reject the path of Brajabhakti nor take it up prematurely. Unless they genuinely desire Vaikuntha Bhakti, their patient fidelity to regulative principles of devotional service will, in good time, mature into the spontaneous service of Rajavasis. Okay, Atindriya Prabhu, you can continue.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Sixth, chapter 6. Follow the core teachings. While always guardedly pointing toward the highest goal, Srila Prabhupada emphasized adoption of fundamental practices suitable to the level of almost everyone he ministered to. He wrote and spoke far more about adherence to rules and regulations and to the establishment of Varnashram Dharma than he did of Raganuga Bhakti. His sober, realistic guide to attaining Krishna Prem begins with following basic teachings. Please continue to follow all the rules and regulations very carefully and strictly so that your spiritual life will flourish. Rise early, chant 16 rounds, attend Mangal Aarti and classes, and your life will be perfect. Rise early, attend Mangal Aarti and class.
Just 1 second. Here, Prabhupada Maharaj is writing. This is very, very important. Follow the core teachings. So while always pointing towards the highest goal, you have to attain Krishna Prema. You have to go. Srila Prabhupada's adoption of fundamental principles suitable to the level of almost everyone he administered. He wrote and speak more about adherence to rules and regulations and to the establishment of Varnashrama than he did of Raganuga. His sober, realistic guide to attaining Krishna Prema begins with following basic teachings. Um, so this is very, very important. Prabhupada wrote and spoke more about adherence to the rules and regulations and to the establishment of Varnashrama Dharma. That nobody wants. Everybody wants to speak about something Mm, what is that?
Leela.
Yeah, Leela. Yeah, Purushottam Mass is there. We have to sing Chauragra Ganyam Purushashtakam. Should read chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita. We should put more and more effort to read some nice book. Devotees have many, many goals today this for Purushottam Mass, that I will do like this, I will be like this. But uh, all these things are important as long as we adhere to the rules and regulations and establishment of Varnashram. They're all part of Varnashram Dharma. Nowadays, we have become more or less like a Hindu organization. And even if somebody says Hindu, we don't mind so much because we meet Christians and Muslims and we say Hare Krishna, people cannot know, so better we say Hindu, that's fine. Uh, Nowadays, nobody speaks about adherence to the rules and regulations because they think that once you come to Krishna consciousness, that's all. You are a spirit soul. Man and woman are equal. Everybody can do anything. Everybody can give class. Everybody can give class to anybody. Uh, Whatever may be the thing. Anyhow, wearing pant and shirt, wearing dhoti and kurta doesn't matter so much. It's only a cultural thing. Why do you bring so much of cultural thing? Everybody is a devotee. Come on, we have to be so it should resonate. It should resilient our mind. Resonate. It should resonate our senses. It should give great vibes. Nowadays, these type of words are coming one by one. It should resonate. It should give resilience. Mm. These type of words people speak. But I don't see any sort of words. These are there in Prabhupada's books. A sober, realistic guide to attaining Krishna begins with following basic teachings. Mm. So this is the thing. Yes, Prabhu, continue.
Rise early, attend Mangal Aarti and class. Chant 16 rounds and follow the four regulative principles without deviation. This will guarantee your spiritual perfection. When one once asked the most important question, how to please Krishna, Srila Prabhupada replied, by following all the regulative principles that I have given you, chanting 16 rounds and reading my books scrutinizingly, everyone must do these things. Otherwise, they cannot understand Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada knew that his neophyte disciples were struggling just to chant 16 rounds and follow the regulative principles. To rise early for Mangal Aarti and to cooperate for preaching, there was no reason to instruct them about the complicated science of rasa. Whenever such question,
Here Prabhupada is writing that Srila Prabhupada knew that his neophyte disciples were struggling. We are struggling to chant 16 rounds. You know how many devotees are struggling? How devotees are struggling during chanting? Uh, Actually, one should write a book on struggles of chanting 16 rounds. They should write one more book. Everybody wants to write a book, How I Came to Krishna Consciousness. Everybody wants to write their own biography. They want to inspire newcomers. But I want to write a book on how to stay in Krishna consciousness. That is very difficult. Or we should write why one devotee goes out of Krishna consciousness. Why one leaves Krishna consciousness. What is this? You are writing negative or positive? It should be positive. But how I came to Krishna consciousness is not so important. Why you want to tell people you are so great? Oh, I was a drug addict. Now I came to Krishna. Now I became so great. You want to, yeah, that is there that you want to bring people. But it is all, why you want to write about yourself? You want to write how I am struggling in Krishna consciousness. I'm struggling by chanting. I'm struggling to follow Prabhupada. I'm so lusty. How I'm trying to every day conquer over lust. Lust is conquering. Just like Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, not Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. What had happened is there is one person who came to Gaudiya Math, and he came and he went to the Prasadam hall or something happened. And what had happened is one of the Prabhupada's Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's disciple. Is everybody hearing? Am I audible?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's disciple, one of the disciples, they were there, and he took the prasadam. Okay, and then at one point of time, the disciples told him that you are eating malpua, or malpua is eating you. Is so it's like that with us. When we are in Maya, actually we are when we are in Krishna consciousness, we try to engage Maya in Krishna's service. Everything is Maya in this world. Everything which is away from Krishna, everything is made just to forget Krishna. But we are trying to engage them. We are trying to dovetail in Krishna consciousness. This dovetailing word is there, Prabhupada gives. So we are trying to dovetail in Krishna consciousness. So Maya means Maya means what? That thing what you should engage in Krishna's service, that thing is engaging you in her service. That is called Maya. The vice versa acts. I don't know whether you are able to understand it or not. So the thing is that we should honor Malpua, not that Malpua should honor us, eat us. Uh, So we have to engage Maya in Krishna's service, not that Maya is engaging in her service, us in her service. So there is only a subtle, thin line thread between these two things. So we are struggling. That's why there is a quote. It is better to struggle to chant 16 rounds than to struggle in this material world, life after life, birth after birth, death after death. So better to struggle in our chanting 16 rounds. Better to struggle in following four regulative principles. Better to struggle to rise early in the morning. Better to stay awake while chanting 16 rounds. Better to fight with devotees than to leave Krishna consciousness and be cooperative among outside people. I'm saying this because we are coming from different backgrounds. So we have to adjust ourselves with our mind, with our attitude, with our thoughts, with our desires, with our mind problem, with our heart problem, with our lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion. All these things are covering us every second. So we have to bear, it's a constant struggle. Uh, like yesterday or day before yesterday, when we were distributing books, I was distributing books here in tacos. What is that? Not is that? What is that? Not tacos. What is that? There is some mall here. What is that? Just a second. Trader Joe's. Ram Prabhu, you know Trader Joe's?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, yeah. So there is a big shop, a big stores called like Walmart called Trader Joe's. So we went here. Oh, what a distribution! So many people were taking. These are all Westerners, white, black, only few Indians here and there, very few Bangladeshis and all. But it was very good. They didn't chase us away. That is was the we went in dhoti kurta and they didn't chase us away and we were doing it. So the point is that there. So the point which I was trying to make is that yeah, so we were struggling for each and every book to give. So it is better to then at that time I was thinking that so better to struggle in this way to give books to these people than to struggle and just think that okay, hot sun, why to go, just leave. We can sit. Nobody will ask anything. So the thing is, so better to struggle in that way. So uh, because that is tapasya and that will please Krishna. What is the struggle? This is divya tapas, divya tapasya. As Bharat Maharaj, as Rishabh Dev says, what is that? Any shloka, you know, anybody? What is the shloka? What Bharat Maharaj
Tapodivyam
says?
putraka.
Tapo divyam putrakayena shuddhet yasmat brahma saukyama. So the more we struggle in Krishna consciousness, struggling in chanting, struggling in reading, this struggle keeps ourself out, keeps us enthusiastic. If there is no struggle, then sometimes what I said, devotees at one, like, long back, I used to say that there is no struggle in United States. And that devotee used to say, okay, okay, let me, you come to with me for book distribution, we will give you struggle. So it's not like we want to impose struggle upon people. No need. Actually, the country where we are living now presently, actually there is no problem. There is no sweating. Every time it is cool climate. Always AC. Bathroom AC, this place AC. Everywhere there is AC. Everywhere you go by car, you come by car. Very nice facility. You open the tap, you get hot water. You open the tap, you get cold water. I don't see any struggle. I don't know why devotees are unable to preach in United States. I'm not able to understand. It's very easy to preach to the United States. Very simple. We make it complicated, I would say. Very easy to tell people. Whether they listen or not, that is another thing. But easy. Okay, chant Hare Krishna. Hey man, hello, how are you? We have these books. We have monks. We give these books to people. People help us with a kind donation. And he gives the donation. That's all. If he doesn't give, okay, go to another person. Go to another person. Go to another person. That's all. Very simple. In India, we have to struggle for people to take the book. He knows Bhagavad Gita. He has Bhagavad Gita. I have. Whole life he will never read. Array, it is better to distribute to Westerners than to Indians, I would say. अरे Indians will give money. अरे पैसा दे देगा लेकिन कभी पढ़ता नहीं है पुस्तक. He will imitate more. He will become more idiot than a Westerner. He will wear chaddi, that the chaddi, they will wear chaddi, that is, and put the both hands in the pocket. That is, the American style is to put both the hands in the pocket, and then they walk. And then there is no enthusiasm. You can see the boys, Indians, Americans in United States, they don't have that rasa. They don't have that. If you speak in English, they will have. Otherwise, their mother is speaking in Telugu, they are speaking in Gujarati. Mothers, but they cannot respond. They are like bhaji. Bhaji. That rotten tomatoes, rotten brinjals. I see Indians like that in United States, in the West. They don't have Shakti. They don't have anything. Even the Indians, those who settled over here 5, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, they are more. I would say they don't have that. I'm not seeing any enthusiasm within them. They are so moded out every time. They don't have that. I'm very sorry if I'm too much saying like that, but uh, I am alone, but I am getting that enthusiasm every day reading this one, reading Maharaj book, and then I speak to people. It's so enthusiastic. Yeah, sometimes we become, oh, why these books are not going this, that. But it is so much of enthusiasm to distribute books to the Westerners. If you distribute books to the Westerners, you will give one book to Westerner, you will feel more happiness than give hundreds of Bhagavatams to hundreds of Indians. So it is equal to like that. If you just distribute to Westerners, it's not at all equal also. Because you don't get any sort of this one. But Indians, you immediately become moded out. You think, oh, why is he not taking books? We tell. Even Indians are asking the Westerners. Yesterday, one of our Western devotees, his name is Prahat Mridanga Prabhu. We went to Bigmont Park. in here in Atlanta, and we were distributing books in Gujarati, and the Marathi guy was asking, "How you got inspired? How you got it?" And he's saying, "Bhagavad Gita gave me the answers." And these guys are seeing what answers? I am hearing this from my childhood. I'm not getting any answers. So it is like that. So even you can see anywhere in the world, giving. Yesterday we went to Vietnamese office. It's all Vietnamese people everywhere. Nobody knows English also. They don't read English books, they said. But they gave a $50 donation. I was surprised. They want to give donation. I was so surprised. So point is that you get more happiness. It's not that we are struggling for donation. We want to give the books. Uh, so it's the rasa is here. Uh, so the rasa is here. This is real rasa. The rasa which we are trying to get, we can't get prematurely. There is no reason to instruct them about the complicated science of respect. We should tell people, those who read all these, the Goswami literature, Radharani book, all these things, we should tell, Are Baba, you are a neophyte. You're struggling to chant 60 rounds. You're struggling for, you're struggling to wake up. You're not have cooperation. You're always fighting among these each other. There is, whether women should give class or not, it's a big debate. Women can give diksha or not, it's a big debate. You don't even know that. We should not. But, and you want to read about intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna. What can I say? Okay, bro, continue to read.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, when you were telling this, I remembered that there is one lecture of Guru Maharaj. Better to struggle than protest. That lecture is
Hmm.
which was given in Atlanta. So it was very nice, Prabhuji. I heard it
Hmm.
many times. That gives me a lot of energy, Prabhu. Whenever there is a
Yeah,
struggle spiritually, materially, so I heard it
yeah,
often.
it's
That-
yeah, good, good. Thank you very much for remembering that for that this one.
And one more
Uh,
is struggle makes us strong. That is also true. I have taken
hmm.
printouts of those two
That's
lectures. Transcription, I always read it. Many
yeah, yeah.
times I read.
There is one quote in the West. They say there is some Western, some motivational speaker or Maharaj quoted it. I don't know. Maharaj quoted it. He didn't tell the name of the person, but Maharaj said that bad times create strong men, and good times create uh, lazy men. When there are times are very good, you become lazy. When times are very bad, you become very strong. Actually, you become very strong. So actually, we should always be in a position that we should pray to Krishna. We may not pray that we want struggles because it requires a lot of surrender, like Kunti Maharani and all. We may not pray. But whatever struggles come, we should think that Krishna is giving us. And we should think that, yes, this is very good. And we should go ahead. Uh, like, for example, while book distribution yesterday, one Bangladeshi guy, oh Krishna, he didn't hit us or we didn't hit him. It happens though much so. He's a Bangladeshi Muslim. And he's saying, no damn Krishna, no damn Jesus, only Allah. Like that he was telling. And he was trying to hit us, trying to, like, manhandle us. So yesterday it happened with all the three. And four of them were there, and two were constantly getting people who are arguing about Christianity. And they were also arguing. I said, there is no need to argue with people. They are already struggling in the heart, son. Why you have to struggle with those people who are Christians and Muslims? So in on book distribution, Christians and Muslims avoid, don't speak. Now, Christians, Muslims, Ritviks, and original books people. These four people you should always avoid like snakes and scorpions. Snakes, scorpions, Christians, Muslims, Ritvik people, original books, people. You should always original books, Prabhupada original books. These kind of devotees should always be avoided. We should never see their faces. Just go ahead and distribute books. This is my policy. Okay, Prabhu, continue.
So, whenever such questions did arise, Srila Prabhupada gave enough information to satisfy the questioner, but told him that this was for a later stage of advancement, teaching that unmixed devotional service is transcendental and is called Parabhakti. It alone can promote a person to the transcendental kingdom of God. But seeing most of his disciples, with possibly some few exceptions, are from being at this level, Srila Prabhupada repeatedly instructed them to engage in basic sadhan, following the what was there in the previous page. Follow the four principles, rise above sex desire, and preach the message of Bhagavad Gita, knowing that they needed much purification before they could continuously meditate upon Krishna's pastimes with the gopis. Never throughout his 12 years of international ministration did Srila Prabhupada emphasize esoteric topics. Rather, he pretty much stuck to the basics of devotional service all the time. Properly adhered to these essential
He-
practices.
Here it is like Prabhupada is like pretty much stuck to the basics all time, but it is in a negative way of telling the positive thing. When somebody says you're stuck to the basics, that means you're negatively telling. But it's not like that. Some devotees have a wrong opinion that Prabhupada only gave the basics and we have to build a prema on that. I used to slap, I didn't slap them, but these devotees, they are Narayan Maharaj. Basically, Narayan Maharaj disciples will tell all these things. And I confronted many times in 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 Mira Road. I had to stop. I called Kamal Lochan Prabhu, now Bhakti Padma Maharaj. I called him to stop a devotee who is Narayan Maharaj disciple to give a class next day. And he called me as Kali Chela. That person took the number and he told me that you are like a Kalichela who stopped me from preaching to the people. And you are rust. He yelled at me. He's from Copenhagen. I know his name. I know his name. I know his face. He is Harikesh Maharaj disciple, former Harikesh Maharaj disciple. He took like he got reinitiated by Narayan Maharaj, and he became very angry. You know, I in my life at least I fought with around 6 7 Narayan Maharaj disciples, and they used to offend Prabhupada like anything, and I never used to compromise, and never ever. When you say that Prabhupada gave only the seed and we want to build, that's all. I get so angry and immediately I don't bother future whether what devotees think. Okay, devotees may think you should be humble. Bhad mein gaya, nonsense humility when somebody offends Prabhupada. I don't bother whether my devotional service is also under stake. If he is directly offending Prabhupada, why we have to keep our mouth shut and becoming humble? There is nothing like humility. Uh, like in Bangalore, there is one devotee told Prabhupada, we should not take all the statements of Prabhupada as absolute. Prabhupada, Prabhupada said that there are eagles which fly from one planet to another planet. I think Prabhupada didn't give any reference, so we should not take. Immediately, our god brother confronted him, and he was banned for 1 year to give lectures. Immediately he was the review committee was put on him, and I don't want to say the name who is that and who are under, and he told in the review committee letter he wrote that this guy who told that Prabhuji, whoever told in the class like that, from first itself he has that anartha of having that Prabhupada is, he used to undermine Prabhupada's statements. He used to not believe certain statements of, and there are many devotees in the movement now. Through their subtle lectures we can hear that they are having this. As I already told you, that there is a devotee in south of India. I don't want to say the name. He is now applying for sannyas, but he wants in Prabhupada's books footnotes for certain things. which Prabhupada was so extreme about the society. And I wanted to write that he should never get sannyas. Rather, I protest. I want to say that I protest against this sannyas ashram. I don't want to tell all these things, but I am pretty much like a revolutionary person, but I don't do any revolution. But I'm saying I am like, I'm very outspoken person. I don't bother whether he's a senior, junior, or anything. If it is against Prabhupada, I'll tell immediately. I don't bother at all. And I don't see, I offend. I understand it's an offense I'm taking. Yeah, sometimes we have to take the pinpricks. It happens. But what to do? We have to protect ourselves. We have to protect. Otherwise, it will go on and on. Nobody will protest anything. Yes, Ramdas, you want to say something?
I'll say the end, Prabhu.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu, continue. Atindri.
Yes, Prabhu. Properly adhere to these essential practices will gradually lead to love of God. By simply following this process without deviation, chanting 16 rounds, following the four regulative principles, attending classes and Mangal Aarti, rising early and rising early, these things will gradually bring you to the platform of pure love of Krishna. To practice the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, one should, under the guidance of an expert spiritual master, follow certain principles. One should rise early in the morning, take bath, enter the temple and offer prayers and chant Hare Krishna. Then collect flowers to offer to the deity, cook foodstuffs to offer to the deity, take prasad and so on. There are various rules and regulations which one should follow, and one should constantly hear Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam from pure devotees. This practice can help anyone rise to the level of love of God, and then he is sure of his progress into the spiritual kingdom of God. This practice of Bhakti Yoga under the rules and regulations with the direction of a spiritual master will surely bring one to the stage of love of God. If one is serious and sincerely follows the regulative principles and chants the Hare Krishna mantra, the time will come when these ecstatic symptoms will appear. Tears will fill his eyes. He will be unable to chant the Mahamantra distinctly, and his heart will throb in ecstasy. In the following passage, Srila Prabhupada explains how this process works. By fulfilling the regulative principles, you come to the platform of spontaneous love for Krishna. Spontaneous love for Krishna is there already, but is covered by the influence of Maya. The regulative principles are a device how to overcome the influence of Maya and come to the platform of spontaneous love of Krishna. Chapter 7. Perfection by service, especially preaching. Insisting that one should engage in practical service to the Lord because God realization is possible only by service. Srila Prabhupada instilled in his followers a spirit of dedicated service, exactly what they needed in order to advance. It could be postulated that hard work is required for neophytes and that higher devotees withdraw and engage primarily in bhajan. But Srila Prabhupada taught and himself exemplified advanced devotee meditate upon him Krishna by active service. And he assured his disciples that perfection is attained by sincere service to Krishna. I am very pleased that you are making such nice advancement in Krishna consciousness and that you are always thinking in so many ways how to best serve the Lord. By fixing your attention in this way, worrying how he will be pleased with me, you will naturally very soon reach the supreme highest perfection of life, which is pure Krishna consciousness. You must be very, very eager to see the lotus feet of Krishna in this very life. You must be very, very eager to talk with Krishna in this very life, but not to become Sahajya. By service, you must find out always some opportunity how to render service to Krishna. That is the qualification. This particularly means serving the mission of the spiritual master. If we find a bona fide spiritual master and make him satisfied by service, then my path For realization of God, my path back to Godhead is guaranteed, especially considering the lowly background of his followers. For them to engage in Srila Prabhupada's mission preaching the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the means whereby they can satisfy Krishna. The members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness cannot even call themselves Brahma Bandhus. Therefore, our only means for satisfying Krishna is to pursue the injunctions of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who says, यारे देखा तारे कह कृष्ण उपदेश अमार आज्ञा है गुरु है तारे ए देश. Whomever you meet, instruct him on the teachings of Krishna. In this way, on my order, become a spiritual master and deliver the people of this country. Simply trying to follow the orders of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we speak to the people of the world about Bhagavad Gita as it is. This will make us qualified to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Everyone in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotional cult should accept the words of the spiritual master and thus spread the Krishna consciousness movement. They should go everywhere to all parts of the world, accepting those places as their Prabhu Datta Desh, the places of residence given by the spiritual master or Lord Krishna. The spiritual master is the representative of Lord Krishna. Therefore, one who has carried out the orders of the spiritual master is understood to have carried out the orders of Krishna or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to spread the bhakti cult all over the world. Prithvi te acheta nagaradigram. Therefore, devotees in the line of Krishna consciousness must go to different parts of the world and preach, as ordered by the spiritual master. That will satisfy Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Instructing, your business is how to become very intimate to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada gave the means to do so. That will be served by preaching. Similarly, he told Shivananda Das, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that he who spreads these teachings to others is very dear to me. Our business is to become very dear to Krishna. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Nacha tasman manusyesu kaschin me priyakritam. Anyone who preaches his glories, nobody is dearer to him than that person. Everything is there in the Bhagavad Gita. How you can love? Where are the symptoms of love? So, what are the symptoms of love? How you can please God? How he can talk with you? Everything is there, but you have to take advantage. Preaching quickly attracts Krishna's blessings and is the greatest service a devotee can render. This is the greatest service that you are all rendering in the matter of spreading Krishna consciousness. And Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will certainly bless you all. My sincere students, more and more in Krishna consciousness. If one wants to be recognized as a devotee by Krishna, he should take to preaching work, following the advice of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then one will undoubtedly attain the lotus feet of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Lord Krishna himself, without delay. Devotees assisting Srila Prabhupada in his mission become very dear to Krishna and all the acharyas. I want to open hundreds of centers for preaching this Krishna consciousness, and one who helps me in this endeavor is certainly very dear to Krishna and all the acharyas. I have come to your country to carry out the wishes of my spiritual master, and you are kindly cooperating with me. Certainly, Krishna will be pleased to bless you with all spiritual benediction. Definitively, preaching is the easiest way to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, if you want to become very dear to Krishna, then try to take up these missionary activities. Not only is preaching a means to become advanced, preaching in a mood of genuine compassion is itself symptomatic of high level devotion. Those who are highly developed in Krishna consciousness try their best to give this knowledge to the people in general. This is the mission of high class Vaishnavas, to preach Krishna consciousness among the suffering humanity. A devotee's highest position is in preaching all over the world the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A devotee must know what Krishna wants them to do. Krishna wants everyone to surrender unto him, and devotional service means preaching this gospel all over the world. One who spreads this philosophy of Krishna consciousness for the benefit of all conditioned souls in the universe is perfect in pure devotional service. Explaining that feeling separation from Krishna and engaging in the service of the Lord to fulfill his mission constitute the best example of love of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada described that the prime symptom of such love is the desire to broadcast Krishna's glories. What is the symptom of love? The prime symptom, most important symptom of love is that the devotee wants to see his Lord's name, fame, etc. become widespread. He wants to see that my Lord's name be known everywhere. This is love. If I love somebody, I want to see that his glories are spread all over the world. Such work is taken up by confidential devotees. It is the work of Krishna's confidential devotees to turn everyone into a Krishna Bhakta. If the confidential devotees do not take up the task of elevating everyone to Krishna consciousness, then who will do it? One who tries to relieve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's anxiety for the fallen souls is certainly a most dear and confidential devotee of the Lord. Indeed, the position of a Vaishnava can be tested by seeing how many Vaishnavas he has met during his life. Book distribution and Rasika Bhakti. It was at Radhakund, the topmost locus of Rasik pastimes, that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, a towering Acharya of the Gaudiya Rasik Sampradaya, imparted a life-altering instruction to Abhay Charanarvind Das, whom time would reveal to be another Acharya in the same category of superlative Paramahansas as his own Guru Maharaj. This crucial moment in the history of the Gaudiya Sampradaya and in the religious current of the entire universe was not as it might have been expected, marked by instruction in the intricacies of directly serving Radha and Krishna in the 8 phases of their daily pastimes, but one that can only be appreciated by confidential devotees whose pulse is attuned to the heartbeat of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his all merciful desire to uplift the conditioned souls. If you ever get money, print books. The following.
Actually, one second. This quote is from Srila Prabhupada. How shall I serve you? This particular paragraph is very, very important. This particular whole paragraph. Um, can you imagine actually two acharyas, two towering acharyas? Like, here Prabhupada is writing that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, a towering acharya of the Gaudiya Sampradaya, imparted a life-altering instruction to Abhay Charanarvind Das, whom time will reveal, would reveal to be another acharya of the same category of the superlative provinces as his own Guru Maharaj. What is that instruction? That if you ever get money, read books. Not that you tell about the pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna. Not that you're, I am Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is the covering acharya, and he's going to be an acharya. He is not telling that what is Prabhupada's swarupa over there. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur didn't reveal the swarupa of Abhay Charanarvind Das Adhikari at Radhakund. Now, if you go to Radhakund and some Babaji tells that he gives Siddha Pranali and tells that he gives Krishna Prem to you, then he is a cheater. Here, two acharyas are meeting, and one acharya is telling to another acharya that if you ever get money, print books. And that became the motto of the mission, and that's why we are printing books. And devotees are printing books about Radharani, about Krishna's intimate pastimes. So that's good, right? But then books about what? It's about the things which the people are struggling to. He didn't tell you write pastimes of Krishna, Radha and Krishna's intimate pastimes. Okay, so continue.
Okay. The following anecdote contrasts Srila Prabhupada's attitude toward his disciples' commitment to the distribution of his books on one hand, and their seemingly premature discussion of Rasika Bhakti on the other. Swavas thus recalled. On a morning walk, a devotee repeatedly asked Srila Prabhupada questions about the gopis, their love for Krishna, and intimate dealings. It seemed it was a subject matter that Srila Prabhupada did not want to get into very much. At one point, I was filled with so much intensity as to what I could say to Srila Prabhupada, something to show some appreciation for him. I was scared, shy, so many things, but finally I said, Prabhupada. When I said his name, somehow Prabhupada just stopped and looked right at me. I said, Srila Prabhupada, I am a book distributor in Chicago. We are distributing so many of your books there. Our desire is to really please you by this book distribution in Chicago. Our desire is to somehow or other be able to distribute 100 books each and every day for your satisfaction. And Prabhupada just looked at me. All of a sudden, he broke and he broke out into a huge smile. He then said, just see, this is my real disciple. My real disciple is always thinking how to please the spiritual master, and he realizes how to please me is to distribute these books. This an example of a real devotee. He kept telling me how nice it was that I had this desire and how pleased he was by the book distribution in Chicago. He continued to smile and concluded by saying, thank you very much. With the vision that the press is Radharani and the printing is the glory of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada confirmed that book distribution is linked with Gopi Bhav. The explanation given by Rameshwar that Sankirtan is Lord Chaitanya's Leela when he when he compares to the gopis trying to engage others in Krishna's service is the correct understanding. In this context, Sankirtan was understood to mean preaching, especially book distribution, confirming that book distribution can awaken in a devotee feelings of compassion following in the mood of gopis.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, thank you very much. So we will stop here. Before stopping, I would like to say something regarding this. That book distribution can awaken in a devotee feeling of compassion, following of gopis. Can anybody tell what is the shloka?
I think it's from Gopi Git, we sing every day in Kartik month.
I, I never sang Gopi Git, but that I know the shloka.
Tava Kathamritam.
Yes, Tavakatamritam. That shloka. See, the thing is, um, thing is, we actually the thing is nowadays the book distribution is not taken so seriously among devotees. They have so many avocations other than book distribution. For them, book distribution is like one among the service. Uh, Actually, that is not the service for many devotees who live in the temples. Uh, they have so many things, and then book distribution sometimes they will go because it is book distribution. And marathon, they will get sponsored, books will be sponsored, and that will be done. And there are so many festivals. We have to distribute books because books are there. It is like, undercover ritualistic ceremony. It's like book distribution. Many devotees don't understand what is actually book distribution. I'm very sorry, they may say so many things. They have done this years of book distribution, but actually, they may be a very big book distributors also. But what I am saying is that when I hear their classes, it is not book distributors like this speaking. It is like something mumbo jumbo. They speak something here and there. Uh, because that is the one which here which follows the mood of a gopis. When we feel that, and feeling will not come just like that. Uh, it is not that years in years of you have to cram around the books. You get compassion. No, you will not get compassion like that. It's not so easy. And some devotees I have seen that they always tell that we have to give, people are having compassion, and as if they are so compassionate towards the people, as if yeah, that is right. I told one devotee, you are exhibiting yourself as if you are the most compassionate guy in over the whole the universe. That might be there because of reading Prabhupada's books, because of previous this one, but you are yourself struggling for chanting, reading. First, show compassion for yourself. Show compassion for yourself. You have to chant 16 rounds distinctively, attend Mangalarti daily for 1 week, 10 days. One like that, you have to have a marathon. For 1 week, I should attend, wake up early in the morning, before, chant all my rounds before 7:15, before I touch prasadam in the morning. So all my rounds before I go for book distribution, I should chant. So that type of thing I'm not seeing. So you're showing, yeah, that is that you're telling, I have great compassion for people. Oh, compassion. This word we are ingrained among the devotees. We should have compassion for the people. But everything we are doing as a matter of Lakshmi Narayan Seva, that is like a duty we are doing, because spiritual master has done, we are doing as a duty. For us, love and that even attraction, attention, absorption for that particular instruction of the spiritual master itself is very difficult for us. What to speak of getting perfection in that? So we are so much struggling. Actually, that is what my whole thing is. So preaching is a very great higher activity which everybody cannot do. But everybody can go do book distribution. Everybody can show a book to a person. Everybody can do. It's not that somebody is doing it. There you have to tell big lines. You have to flatter people. You have to show that how great you are. In that way, people are showering money like anything. Oh, I told one this person, these money, thousands and thousands of dollars have fallen. Oh, you are a very good. No, it is not like that. We don't want to become a Mahabhagavat among the neophytes. Don't try to become a Mahabhagavat. Don't try to present yourself as if you are a very special soul. Just try to give us the association in such a way that we are becoming purified. Don't try to exhibit yourself like that. You are one among the devotees. You are struggling, Baba. Don't try to give a podcast in such a way that you are like a very great soul trying to make a very great person. No, don't try to do that. We don't know how long you will be there in the moment. Be careful. Maya is very, very, what I can say, very strong. So better we be a silent revolutionary person than to be a, shooting star. So it's like that. Mm. Don't try to be, what is that? Don't try to be big as quick as possible. So see, one who gets name, fame, glory, one who becomes so much, speaking so nicely within just 4, 5, 6, 7 years of Krishna consciousness, that means there is a danger in future, actually. Uh, because there are so many devotees who are doing very good. They don't tell their names. They are doing so good. Nobody knows about Maitreya. There is a devotee called Maitreya in Salem. He distributes books every day. Nobody knows about him. Nobody knows about. There is a devotee Sarvagya. He goes every day for books. Every day he is going for book distribution. Nobody knows about it. So there are so many devotees. Don't try to present himself that you are the person who is actually taking over the world for book distribution. And the United States are yaar preaching. Don't try to present like that. Exhibit as if you are the only person. There are so many devotees preaching. Everybody is trying to do it, trying to contribute for the spiritual master's mission. So that's what I'm trying to uh, tell here. So if the devotees have anything to ask or say, you can. Yeah, Ramdas Prabhu, you had to say something. You can.
Hare Krishna. I have a question. So it's given that one can get mercy and come to Krishna consciousness or serving Krishna through a devotee, and you can get purified in I think is given in a moment in association of devotee. So my question is, we often hear that the topmost devotee, I mean there are many, but Bhagavatam usually says this, and other scriptures also mention this, that Lord Shiva is the topmost devotee. So my question
Lord
is,
Shiva.
yes.
Okay.
So my question would be, is that we understand that anything in connection with devotees coming from the Lord to the devotee is actually like, we consider it Mahamaha. So it says the Ganga can purify one, but it has to be like a continuous thing. So it's coming from a devotee though, but how often do we think that it's actually coming from? Is it the fact that we have to know that it's coming from the devotee? I mean, regardless, it's having an effect, because I know in the scriptures there's at least 2 or 3 verses in Bhagavatam that is mentioned, moment association of devotee, and even great saints purified the Ganges. So they go there to purify the Ganges, but the it's coming off of Lord Shiva. Is my point. It's coming off of him, who's considered to be the topmost devotee. So it's touching the lotus feet of Vamanadev, landing on Lord Shiva, and then coming into this world.
Okay. So you're telling the answer and you're again telling that's right. Whatever you're saying is correct. So what is the
It's not an
question?
answer. It's not an answer. The question is, how can we understand? Because when Shastra is saying, obviously Shastra is above it. I don't understand it. So it says Shastra says that the Ganga, one cannot get. It's only over.
Yeah, so what is that? Tomorrow the Gangare Pavitra Hoi Pashate Pavan. Tomorrow Darshane Pavitra Koro, ei Tomara Gun. Gangare Parasha Hoile Pashate Pavan. Darshane Pavitra Koro, ei Tomara Gun. That means after bathing in the Ganga for many, many times, one gets purified. But by the darshan, by the glance of a devotee, by the taking the association of a devotee, one gets immediately purified. So, what is your question in this?
So Lord Shiva being the topmost devotee, this Ganga is landing on his head. I'm not sure if it's coming
So,
directly from his head,
okay.
coming out. So it's
So
landing,
you are
touching the
saying that
devotee body.
if it is touching the body of a devotee called Lord Shiva, then why it should purify for a long time? It should purify immediately.
Yeah, because devotee is the one that's
Yeah,
purifying you. So this is
yeah,
what I'm
but
asking.
one thing is that yeah, I understand. So, but one thing is that devotees are more compassionate, and Actually, people don't have faith on Ganga, neither on Lord Shiva that it purifies. It requires a lot of faith that Ganga will purify. So after you have faith, you will purify. But for a devotee, although the devotee is more compassionate than Lord Shiva, it is said like that. The
Devotees are more
Prabhupada is,
compassionate than Lord Shiva.
yeah,
That's what it says,
Prabhupada,
you
like
say?
Prabhupada is more compassionate than Lord Shiva. That's why Prabhupada's presence or Prabhupada's compassion is more compassionate than Ganga, which is coming from uh, Lord Shiva or Lord Shiva himself also. This might be controversial. This might be controversial, but point is that you can see so many people before Prabhupada came to India. Prabhupada was in India and he was preaching Krishna consciousness. He was there in so many times, and many people they bathed in Ganga, they took the Ganga in their head, but they never got purified. But Prabhupada's disciples, when they started to preach all over the world, Prabhupada's good books went everywhere. They became immediately devotees, and when they went again at that time to Ganga, then they had more respect for Ganga than at the time before they read Prabhupada's books. Then they were bathing in Ganga. Of course, for that matter, everybody, whoever is here, except one or two, I think, they have already bathed in Ganga many times before coming to Krishna consciousness, officially being initiated. And that Ganga, which is coming from Lord Shiva, but they were not purified. They were purified. They were having punyatma. They are all punyatmas. But once they bathed in the books of Prabhupada, that compassion is more than what they would have bathed millions of. They're doing nowadays. Nowadays also, there people are going so much for Kumbh Mela. They went for Allahabad. They go to everywhere. They're going, but once they read Prabhupada's books, that's all. They became, he's not the same person again when he goes to Ganga. Like, for example, Atindriya Prabhu or all of his devotees. Before coming to Krishna consciousness, they would have bathed many times in Ganga. What about Atindriya Prabhu? Yes, am I right or not?
Yes, Guruji. Ganga and Vrindavan, Mathura, all
Vrindavan,
places we
Mathura,
have visited.
everybody goes. Visited before coming to ISKCON also, before coming to Prabhupada's lotus feet. But once they read Prabhupada's books, their understanding for going to the Ganga, seeing Lord Shiva, getting the mercy from Lord Shiva, it's an entirely different platform. It's not the same. Am I right or not?
Yes,
You asking me, Prabhu? Oh,
I'm asking everybody, but Atindri Prabhu also. I'm asking you. Because you don't know, you didn't bathe in Ganga, nor you go know Lord Shiva, nor you know this, but you came again. What I'm saying is that Indians already know Ganga, they're already bathing, but then why they're not getting purified? What is happening? Is Lord Shiva not compassionate? Lord Shiva is always compassionate. It is said in the Shastras that when you die in Kashi, Lord Shiva personally comes and chants the Lord Ram's name. But you should be such a elevated soul that Lord Shiva comes to you and chants Lord Rama's name in your ears. Who should be? Huh? It's not an ordinary soul. Everybody, whoever lies in Kashi, Lord Shiva comes. It's not like that. You should be pure enough that Lord Shiva comes and chants Lord Ram's name in your ears. So the thing is that Prabhupada is more compassionate than Ganga and more compassionate than Lord Shiva in the sense that through his knowledge, he is telling about what is Ganga and what is Shiva. And when they read Prabhupada's books, their respect and adherence and their purification when they go to Ganga is much more strong than previously. So, in that way, Prabhupada's books and Prabhupada are more compassionate. Am I making sense here? I don't know. Nobody's saying anything, Naresh.
yes, Prabhu. So what I understand is that, it's not just the purification of the sinful reaction that happened in the past, but
Yes,
you have to
the
have the
point is that one
knowledge.
has to surrender. See, one should have the
Yeah.
knowledge and one should do the activity of. See, the main point is you are not able. One devotee you should understand. It's not that the speaking that is important. It's the activities behind the speaking is more important. Nowadays, we give more importance for how we can speak good lectures. No, how we can speak to the people. No, that is not important. Techniques are not important. How we are surrendered internally, that will manifest people to come to us to take the book. And I have seen Acharya Prabhu. There is one of our god brother. I consider him the best books distributor ever. You don't know. Ram Prabhu don't know. Even what is his name? Amoglil. What is his name? What is his name? Uh, Abhimanyu Sutta Mahotsa is paka waste. In front of Acharya Prabhu, these all people are waste. These are simply, they don't know what is Acharya Prabhu's book distribution. They don't know how we used to distribute books. They don't know. Simply don't know. One thing, at one level. They are distributing books. We should give credit to all devotees. So, Abhimanyu Sutta Mahasa, all the Krishna life devotees, all the devotees, all the many devotees of we are distributing. Everybody is distributing. We should give all credit, but Acharya Prabhu stands out to be different because his speech nobody can understand. First of all, this understand. He what is he speaking? Nobody knows. His body is taken birth in South America, and he was taken adopted by Holland in Dutch parents, and he was in India. He speaks English like a Dutch guy speaks, and it is nobody can understand. And he gives Bhagavatam sets after Bhagavatam sets. That is what is the surrender. It's not. This. We should. That's why. Don't get enamored by the preacher, by the book distributors in United States. I don't get enamored at all. You go to India, see the struggles of the Western devotees doing in India, then you will know what kind of book distribution they are doing. He doesn't know even the language properly. English he learned after coming to India. His name is Alex. He's famous all over in Tirupati. You never ever heard about Acharya Prabhu? You know Ramdas Prabhu?
No, Prabhu, I haven't heard of.
Yeah, you don't know. That is what I'm trying to say. People don't know. Atindra Prabhu, you heard about Acharya Prabhu? One of our
No
god
problem.
brothers.
No problem.
You see, because they don't flex themselves. They don't flex themselves. They don't advertise themselves. They are there. He is the best book distributor because he doesn't know the language. What he speaks, nobody knows. Array, come to your senses. He gives Bhagavatam sets on the road. He doesn't tell lines. He doesn't push anybody. He says, if Krishna wants, he will come and take the set. This is his surrender. And I have seen many. There is one devotee. What is called? His name is I forgot his name. Uh, Santosh. He was in Hyderabad with us. He is the best book distributor. He used to say, "I want to surrender to Krishna," and people listen. I never heard this is a different platform, The devotees now they are distributors, book distributors. They don't know what is book distribution. I'm very sorry if devotees may get offended, but nowadays they don't know what is book distribution. They think that getting money and telling some lines and telling this is not. This is book distribution is not. There is different level. It's entirely different platform. But there is surrender. You can see them, how they are surrendered. People are coming. People are coming and taking books from them. It's not that they speak. He doesn't know how to speak. He doesn't know Tamil. He doesn't know any language. He's telling a few lines. So people come and it's the purity. Now they have, because of some anarthas and all those things, previous anarthas, they followed because devotees couldn't support to them. But that is actually I consider that as a Buddhist. That's what I am trying to do here. So this is the thing. That is purification, and in that purification, that happens. So anyhow, I'm saying that I'm able to answer your question. My answer is that devotees again now they are more compassionate. Like Maharaj is more compassionate. He is relaxing so many things. He's taking so many problems of it. Sometimes Prabhupada didn't have these problems also. LGBTQ, trans, life coaching, all these problems. Prabhupada didn't have much, but now Maharaj is undergoing so many things. A female Diksha Guru, mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada. Oh, so many things. So many things. Varnashram is more compassionate than Prabhupada. He's taking mercy from Prabhupada and he's explaining all these things. People mistake. It's a different platform. One has to understand all these things in a different level. It's not that I can speak in. I cannot speak myself. Hare Krishna. So first deserve, then desire. So we'll read it next class. I'll stop here. I don't want to take up anything. We'll speak later. Okay? वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai.
His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj की जय।